Today I'm making another latex skull mold. This one's going to be a heavy one. So I've got one that I made previously, and Rob made the plaster mold on the outside to hold it. I guess you could consider it a mother mold, maybe. And that one, and it is heavy. That one I used a skull. I got this a couple of years ago at Kroger, whatever year the Addams Family Reunion came out in theaters, maybe a year or two ago, I don't know. But it was full of candy. So once I got done with the candy, I was left with this nice skull. The good thing about this one is it opens at the top, which means when I make the mold, I turn it upside down and I have this nice hole in the top that I could set a bowl in, for a candle, for a flower, for whatever. That's the good thing about this one. You could also use the Dollar Tree ones for smaller skulls and just cut the top off instead of the bottom. I believe there is a small hole at the bottom that you probably have to tape over and be fine with it. But for now, I'm using this big one. Get a cutting mat or something that the latex will easily pull off of. This one I got from the Hobby Lobby, maybe $5-6, don't know, can't remember for sure, but the Dollar Tree does sell small ones, maybe half this size, so you could get two and just put them together. I will be using the same Crayola air dry clay that I used with the I believe it was a Dollar Tree skull video that I made about a year ago. I can't remember, maybe, I think that was it. And this time, instead of using Mold Builder, no, it was Mold Builder, yes, instead of using Mold Builder, I'm using Environ Molds. I have used some of this, but maybe I have used some of this, but never alone. I've ran out of other latex and kind of used this to put on top of it. And that's what the last skull that I just showed you was. It was part Mold Builder and part Environ Molds. Environ Molds. I can really read, y'all, I really can. But anyway, so I'm going to place my skull head down and get some clay to put around it. I'm in the kitchen and I didn't think that the dryer is going, so y'all can probably hear my dryer going. Should have thought about that before I started. And I have reused this clay a few times, so it's kind of on its last legs. And it doesn't have to be super thick, just enough to make a seal around the bottom. it looks good. So I get my paint brushes for this now, and even the small ones that I use for the smaller projects. I get them from the Dollar Tree, so I'm not really worried about it never being used again, because I don't know if latex comes out of brushes. I can use this a couple of layers. I'll end up having to use about 2 brushes. So if anybody knows how to get latex out of paintbrushes, well, it's $1. So anyway, use a brush that you never want to use again. And I'm going to put 15 layers on this. So I need to find pen and paper. 1 minute. Got it. Mechanical pencil and paper, but hey, if it works. So I'm going to wait until I finish the layer so I'll know where I'm at. So every time I finish a layer, I'll put a mark on there. And this is strong, so make sure when you use it, you are in a well ventilated area. And of course, go around it for the flange. I'm going to turn it as I'm working. And make sure you get like where there are grooves and everything, make sure you get that really good. Like in the front here with the teeth, make sure it goes into all the teeth. Okay, I'm gonna let that one dry. So, numero uno. And for demolding, just kind of get the edges rolled up, get it end up. And slowly go around. And do this all the way around the skull. And I'm recording with one hand at the moment. See how the inside's sticking to itself? That's what the powder is for. You may want to come back around and sprinkle a little on the inside. I won't take it off the actual plastic skull because Rob still has to make a second mother mold. I have one for the first one, but I need one for this one also. So I'll leave that there until the mother mold is made. I'm just dusting a little powder on it. And there you have it. So on this one, you can see that I kind of pulled it early before it was completely drying. It's no big deal. It's just something I'm gonna sit out on the porch, throw a flower in it, a candle, whatever. And I'm using this primer to prime the outside of it. You could leave them like just completely blank concrete or prime them. Either or is fine. And you can see where I didn't really get all the air bubbles out of there. Common with concrete, especially with me, because I'm not a professional concrete pourer. Okay, and we'll let that dry and come back and paint them. Okay, so I'm using some Oops paint from the Home Depot. It is True Top. It kind of looked bone colored to me, so it's what I'm using. And I have a Dollar Tree brush to dry brush when I get to that point, and a regular Dollar Tree brush. These are good in my opinion because the bristles don't come out like a lot of Dollar Tree brushes tend to do. Okay, so I've got the bone looking paint color on it, and now I'm ready to put some black on it. I have a chip brush from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just using like regular acrylic black paint. I decided to come back and put a little darkness around the eyes. Okay, I have a bottle of black paint that's mixed with water. I'm gonna kind of hit it with the spray and then just wipe it off. That's water. So now I've made a mess. I think I'm good with the paint now. I think. Well, no, I don't. Maybe. I think I'm good with it. I'm going to leave it alone. Okay, so I did go to the nursery to look for some bright yellow and orange flowers to put in it because I put a bowl in here to make it a flower pot instead of a cup to make it a candle. Either way is fine. And surprisingly, they were sold out of fall flowers in the fall. So luckily I had purchased some Dollar Tree dark colored flowers earlier in the season, and I am going to be forced to use these. I think I'm gonna go with the red. I like the red versus the purple. Yeah, I'm going with the red. You know, I think I may still put a candle in it. I'm pretty sure I have one in the house. Okay, I did have a pumpkin spice candle, and hopefully this goes without saying. If you're gonna light the candle, use a flameless candle. Not really.